we have been given early access to some brand new floor plans that are unlike anything else we have ever seen before. And some of these houses, this is the first time they've ever been built. Welcome back to the Mile High Living channel. I'm your host, Mitch Mahaffey, and today we are taking a look at Toll Brothers here at Timnath Lakes, what very well soon may be the premier master plan community in all of northern Colorado. Let's take a look. Okay, so we're about 20 minutes east of Fort Collins here at the Timnath Lakes Master Plan community. Now, this community sits on 490 acres. It's going to be home to 1,400 home sites by completion. We've got 140 acres of open space, 170 acres of open space, with 40 acres of recreational lakes that are being built by the developer strictly for use by residents in this community. The 7 miles of walking trails and walking space in the neighborhood is going to connect to the Poudre River Trail, which, if you're unfamiliar with that, connects Greeley and Fort Collins together via a bike path and a walking path. I'm not kidding. By the time this neighborhood is done, this will be the place to live in all of northern Colorado. Okay, so we are checking out the Pearl. Now, this is not a model. It's actually a quick move-in home that they have for sale that is ready for somebody like you guys watching the video to pick it up, put it under contract. Now, stats on this home. We are in a Pearl. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, can be built anywhere from a 3 to a 5-car garage. It's a ranch style home with a minimum 2,567 finished square foot. The way that we are in this home, the way we're looking at it, it looks like a 2 or 3-car garage out front. Probably no finished basement, but they do carpet all the way down. But let's take a look at the house itself. So right away with this house, you have a kind of small, honestly, it's a little bit small, but it is nice that it is out of sight. Your covered porch here. You come in, I mean, it's height-wise plenty tall, but I love the way they've built this side here. For those of you like my fiance that are Amazon addicts, plenty of space to hide packages behind either of these pillars so they're not visible from the road. And as this community gets bigger and bigger, it's just a peace of mind kind of thing. But beautiful, massive, probably 10-foot tall front door. You walk into this absolutely grand entryway here. It's big, it's spacious. Let's head on in. Right away, you can tell that this is a spec home. This isn't, of course, what we just saw was going to be a model home. So it's decked out to the nines with finishes and wall treatments and colors and lights and all that stuff. You can really see that this is a spec home. They built this with somebody buying it from this stage in mind. We've got very neutral colors, neutral finishes throughout, giving you plenty of a canvas to start with and put your own finishes on. But so far as ranch floor plans go, we're kind of snobs because both of us really like ranches. So we're very critical. I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far in this house. Now, if we start in the front here, this is where our first bedroom is, right here. It's got a closet right there. In the back, beautiful window, massive windows in the front, that if you're lucky, you can kind of see this house that's being built right here that's still in wood. Behind that is where they're going to be those lakes that we discussed. So if you're lucky, you may, for a while, have a lake view from the house. Pretty generous sized closet, I would think, for just a secondary bedroom like this. I mean, plenty of space, about 7 feet wide, 6.5 feet wide, so plenty of space, good lighting in here. Yeah, I mean, this would be great if you needed to use it as an office or anything like that. Moving up into the second bedroom here. Again, another really good sized bedroom. No lights in here, but it is pre-wired for a ceiling fan, so you'll definitely want to put one of those in, especially as we get closer to summertime. But again, another really good sized closet. As far as secondary bedrooms go, I mean, they're not building secondary bedrooms with massive closets. It's just unnecessary. But for the size of the house, and we're at 2,600 square feet here, this is all really good sized rooms. I mean, Dad, if you go stand in that corner, you can see, I mean, there's tons of space. For a secondary bedroom to be able to get a king size bed in here and still have room on the sides to walk down it. You don't really see that a lot in newer construction homes these days. And then of course, right outside the bedroom is hall bath, powder bath, guest bath, whatever you want to call it. Very nice tile in place, and then a linen closet right outside. So I'm just gonna keep giving it to you guys the way I'm seeing it. I'm seeing this house for the first time, just like you guys are. So I'm a big fan of the layout so far. I think it makes sense. Be happy when gray is no longer in. I've mentioned this before. Not a fan of the gray, but easily enough to change. Again, blank canvas. So believe it or not, I'm 6 foot flat. You can see how much space is between the top of my head at 6 feet tall and the door frame. So you've got massive, massive door frames, which just overall helps the 2,500 square foot house here feel a lot bigger, and it doesn't feel like a small ranch. And of course, you'll have a closet, access to the garage with fresh concrete. Oh, love brand new houses. No stains on the concrete yet. Service door in the side to get to the backyard, nice touch. And of course, this will be where your laundry room is. Glad that they put that on this floor, not in the basement. And it comes with the sink, which is cool. Then of course, just a little closet right here, coat closet, nothing crazy. We've all seen coat closets. Now, before we get to the main part of the house, work from home's huge. I just mentioned this in a video not too long ago. So you have flex space right here. You can use one of the front bedrooms as an office, or you can turn this space into an office as well. And it does have a closet. So depending on how handy you are, since there is a bathroom right here, you could potentially wall this off, put a door here, and have another bedroom, because you've got closet, window. So we've got 2 points of egress here, plus a bathroom. It'd be like a mini in-law suite almost. But here is the main part of the house. This is what I was super excited to show you guys. Love that they did a tile-in fireplace with conduits to run your cable, so you don't have a bunch of cables just hanging around looking everywhere. I've mentioned before, we're seeing a lot of design styles coming from other states. I mentioned how some houses we've looked at look like houses that they're building in Texas, and I think we're starting to see some of that design there. If you're from like the Hill Country area, you may see this in some new construction. I know like Taylor Morrison, Coventry, a couple of those builders down there are doing this, where they put in this massive, massive wall of windows, big sliding wall that opens all the way up. But then on this side, there's also a much smaller slider. So you don't have to always open up that big wall of windows. Now for bringing the outdoor space indoors, love to see it. Colorado is very nice. I mean, you may not believe us, but we're filming this video in wintertime, and it would be perfectly acceptable as far as the temperature to have this open. Now, kitchen, as far as ranch style houses go, a lot of them sometimes have kitchens that just leave a lot on the table, no pun intended. I love the countertop space in this house. You've got this massive island, and where I was just at to open that sliding door was the kind of eating nook area. Massive, massive island that has more storage underneath it, and you do have space for bar stools if you didn't need to use this. So, I mean, it's huge. Bigger than an air hockey table, I can tell you that. It is 2 pieces of quartz. That's how big it is. So traditionally, the island would be this big. They've just doubled it. Built-ins, love that. But the countertop space goes all the way back here. So go stand at the end there and show them just how deep this goes. I mean, this is huge. If you have big families or like entertaining, you have tons of countertop space for whatever you could need. I don't even know what you do with this much countertop space, especially when you pair it in with having a massive island like this too. Massive. Also, I've said it before and I'll say it again, big fan of the standalone range, especially in a house at this price. This is the minimum that I would expect. Gas cooktop, great. And then pretty decent sized pantry, all things considered. Walk in, it's got a light. I mean, I can turn around in it. It's a pantry. And then back this way. Pretty sure this bedroom back here is the primary suite because it had that big tub. We'll show you guys. So again, pretty good sized room. I mean, we're working with 2,500 square feet here, and I think they've done a pretty good job with this layout. You'll have your conduits to mount a TV on this wall across from me, so you'll probably want to put your bed here. This is huge. I mean, we're California king size in here, easily, with room for side tables down the side and plenty of space. It's weird how empty rooms sometimes feel smaller than when you put furniture in them. And then his and her vanities, his and her sinks with a giant standalone tub right here in the middle of it. I mean, it's plenty big. I fit in here, no problem at all. Closet right here. Love, love, love the 2-person shower. Absolutely massive. Just makes the whole thing feel like a nice bathroom. Alrighty, so this is another one of the quick move-ins that we are talking about. This guy is called the Bayfield. And I'll give you the rundown, the HGTV specs. We're looking at 4 or 5 bedrooms, 3.5 to 5.5 bathrooms. This one's built with a 3-car, but if you pick out a big enough lot, for all my car guys, you can build a 4-car garage on this model. 3,857 square feet finished from the builder with room to expand into the basement. Now this guy does come in at a pretty hefty $1,042,000, but when you compare this house to what $1 million gets you in the Denver metro area or even in the big city, you're gonna be blown away at how much more your dollar stretches up here in northern Colorado. Now again, like the last house that we looked at, pretty decent sized. I mean, you're not gonna be putting a rocking chair or a bench swing out here, but a good enough size to where you can decorate for the holidays or put your little pots and plants. Not really a bunch of privacy as far as like the last house had the pillars to hide boxes behind. Not a lot of that, but I tell you what, this house is almost double the size of the last one. So let's head inside and take a look. Right away, you walk into an absolutely massive entryway with nice window in the front there for plenty of natural light. And what's pretty common these days is for powder bath to be right in the front. There's no door on this room here, so I'm thinking this is your flex space, your office space. I would use it as an office personally just because we do a lot of video stuff, we do a lot of video calls. I like how it's carpeted. This is how I would build this. And again, like I said in the last house, I'm just gonna give you the raw of it because we're seeing this house for the first time and there's so much growth going on, especially in this price point. You can be picky, so let's take a look. So far, liking what I see, love the natural light, dude, look at this view. This is why, at least right now until these lots get built, beautiful view of the mountains, yeah. All right, bring it back down to 1. Don't do wide angle. Again, powder bath right in the front. Wow. We'll start downstairs first because we've got a beautiful loft in here. But right here, pre-wiring for ceiling fan or chandelier. I'm thinking this is your dining area. This is where you'll put your big table. I love that this floor plan combines both a traditional floor plan and an open floor plan, just because of the way that they have framed off some of these rooms with walkways. So you come in from the dining room here, and of course you've got 2-story ceilings in the family room. Opens this space up very nicely. Plenty of space. I mean, floor to ceiling tile on your fireplace here. I love that. Gas fireplace. So don't rely on this to heat in the wintertime. This is more for show. You'll get a little bit of heat off it, but you got to be right here on its field. Again, I love that we're seeing this more and more here in Colorado, this big open wall. Well, it's not working for me. You saw me open the other one. You know I know how those work. But continuing on, kitchen gives you a breakfast nook, eating nook, little area for a much smaller table. Put a big table over there for family gatherings, big parties, big events. Again, I have sold and shown houses in Denver that are smaller than this island. I cannot overplay how massive this space is. You've got a pretty deep farmhouse style sink, so there's no dividers, just one big sink. Again, with the gas cooktop, the standalone range, decent amount of countertop space. In this one, it's not as linear because we're working with a different floor plan here. Microwave, dual oven, love that. The only thing that would send this kitchen home for me is if it had 2 dishwashers. Coffee bar area right here. This is just standard fridge space, so don't go too crazy. Just whatever you get at Home Depot. And then again back here, oofda, damn. Big pantry. You can get lost in here, jeez. I'm thinking, let's take bets, mechanicals. Closet. Nice coat closet though, right off the garage. Washer dryer, again with the countertop and the sink. Love that. For soaking, whatever you need it for. Plenty of space. Real tile. Not gonna name names, but there are some builders, even in this price point, that aren't doing this, so. And then entry right off the garage. Absolutely massive. They did finish all of the walls, which is nice. They're not leaving any exposed drywall, but 3 cars, plenty of space for them. Nice. Again, with the really tall doors and doorways. Glad to see it. You can tell they started building this house over a year ago because end of December, start of January, this is no longer acceptable in a brand new house. You walk into any builder, buy dirt, you won't be able to get that power plug there, which I think is just weird, but everybody has their reasons. Oh, so it's a 2-story house, almost 4,000 square feet with the primary suite right here on the main floor. Good God. You play football in here. Damn. What do you do with all this space? Can you hear me all the way over there? Can you hear me, Dad?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think you can hear me.
Whew. You could put like a whole reading nook in this corner. You have like couches here. God, this thing's huge. If you couldn't tell, I don't think we've seen a master bedroom this massive before. It's kind of...
This is bigger than some living rooms.
Bigger than some living rooms, he says. Yeah, I agree entirely. Again, dual vanities. These are called water closets, but the toilet's behind a door. Dual vanities. I don't think I need to get back in this tub. You saw me get in the other one. We know how big it is. Oh, wow. I don't know. Men, here we go. Here's our part of the closet. You got built-ins here. They give you plenty of space for your shoes and the same 3 t-shirts that you always wear, but this closet's huge. And again, massive. It says not to touch, so we won't touch. We won't open it up. Benches, 2 showers. Love that. Attic access from here. Okay. Basement is unfinished. Again, this is what we're talking about. It's 3,857 finished from the builder with room. These basements are full print, so we're probably adding another 1,500 square feet, 2,000 square feet if we go down there. Let's go upstairs. I'm seeing a loft in here, which I'm really liking so far. Okay, so all of the floor plans in the community, brand new, never built before. They've taken old floor plans, modified them, or they're building brand new floor plans. I believe this is one of the ones that they modified. Originally, it didn't have this loft space, if I remember correctly. As far as lofts go, it's really good size, really usable. Conduits on the back wall here for TVs, anything like that. I believe this is pre-wired for a sound system. We've got 2 boxes in the corner here that we could put a surround sound system in. So I think best use of this space is like game room area, TV on the wall, maybe a foosball table, maybe the kids' video game systems right here. Sound will travel though. It's hardwood, it's not enclosed, so keep that in mind. But beautiful walkway with views of the main space down there. I'm such a sucker for these 2-story family rooms. I love that. All right, upstairs we have a room. I don't know what this is. There's no closet in here, but it's carpeted. Storage?
Storage or just a private little space?
Private space, yeah. Powder bath 1 or 2.
Make a good reading.
It would. You could read in there. Nice. I mean, it's tile in place, which is good to see. It's not some cheap fiberglass insert. Quartz countertops throughout. I mean, bare minimum these days. It feels like another secondary bedroom. Again, we're seeing a trend where builders are putting these massive primary suites in, and the secondary bedrooms are almost like an afterthought. They're tiny. You can't get more than a full-size bed in here. This bedroom and all of the secondary bedrooms we've looked at so far will accommodate a king-size bed, side tables, and probably a chair or a desk as well. There's plenty of space in here and very, very good-sized closets. Natural lighting and the ability to see the view, and of course the view will change as they build more and more, but right now, the view of the mountains from here, I know the camera doesn't really do it too much justice, but in person, man, you can't wait for you guys to see this in person. I already talked about this bathroom. Let's continue on. Did we learn from our mistakes? Is this a closet or is this mechanicals? 1, 2, 3. You were wrong. It's a linen closet, dude. Man. Dad said mechanicals. Rookie. You think he would have learned? Guess not. End of the hallway is flanked by 2 more bedrooms. Decent natural light. Pre-wired for a ceiling fan. Oh, Jack and Jill. 2 bedrooms with a Jack and Jill bath. Look at that. I'll grab the lights for you. Again, tiled in place. Yeah, same size bedroom on this side. So equal size bedrooms with the Jack and Jill bath. Love that. Okay, props to Toll Brothers. I'm really liking the style and design. She meant it. The sales rep is who I mean when I say she meant it. We've not seen these floor plans. We've looked at Toll Brothers before in Castle Pines, in Thornton, at the North Hill neighborhood, and no, we haven't seen these houses before. That's what's so cool about, working with agents like us that have great relationships with these builders. We get to do things like give you guys a sneak peek at brand new floor plans that have never been built anywhere else in the country. This is really cool. All right, What's your opinion on this walkway here? This separates the loft from the rest of it.
Well, I do really like the walkway. Finding something negative to say about it, I don't think I can. Not that you're looking for that, but it just really gives the house a specific feel. The way they've used the railing to kind of divide these rooms. If you look in the entryway, it adds a little bit of detail from the front foyer that really gives the house just a bit of an upscale feel that you don't see in a lot of new homes with other builders. One of the things that I really, really enjoy about Toll Brothers. So
what do you dislike about this floor plan? What would you personally change?
yeah, honestly, there's not a whole lot on this one. This one, as well as a couple of other models that we've looked at, just have a really natural feel when you walk in the door. At least for me personally, I can see myself living in a home like this. It just has that feeling like you're home. And that's what I really enjoy about these. And plus the fact that in this model specifically, which again is a quick move in, you can see the lake, the man-made lake, and maybe we'll cut a shot of it in here. They're still building the lakes, so they're not entirely full yet, but you're gonna have a view from upstairs of the lakes and from the back of the house, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah. If you would have told me a couple years ago that you had some beachfront real estate for sale in Colorado, well, we all know how that saying goes, but this is as close as you can get to that. I mean, we touched about the lakes and the amenities in the community earlier, but this part of the neighborhood where we're at, you've got the closest view to it. And again, those are man-made stocked lakes, so you'll be able to go fishing. You can go kayaking, canoeing, paddleboarding, whatever. No motors, like we mentioned, but walking distance. And I don't know if we mentioned some of the standard features that Toll Brothers is putting in their houses, like dual split system. So upstairs has a thermostat, downstairs has a thermostat, so you'll have heat and cooling that you can run for both floors of the house. These ones are all coming with active radon mitigation systems, which is awesome. Save you a few $1,000s for a house of this size. And humidifiers. Summers in Colorado, if you're unfamiliar with Colorado, can get pretty dry pretty quickly. We get some rain, but it's dry. And we've mentioned this in other videos, how dry the air is here. And you know, I know that's a big draw, but having a humidifier built into the house, I love that. Okay, so as far as the two-story floor plans go, I want to give this one like an 8.5 out of 10. I love the layout. I love this two-story ceiling. I love that in the back here we have bedrooms. I love the loft, the formal eating space. If you've watched the videos and you've subscribed to the channel, you'll know why I'm giving it an 8.5 and not a full 10, as much as I love this floor plan. It's the gray. I just personally don't like gray. I know it's in and people love it, but that's just not me. Real tile backsplash. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this house. I would live here myself if it wasn't painted gray. Alrighty, so this is the Raymer floor plan, part of their Summit collection. 4 or 5 bedrooms, again, 3.5 to 5.5 bathrooms, can be built with a 4-car garage. I'm just drooling over that. 3,651 finished square feet from the builder. Now this particular one comes with a covered patio and, from what Dad has told me, the most stunning primary suite we've probably ever seen. Come on in. All right, so immediately when you walk in, this is a very interesting entryway that we haven't seen in any of the other floor plans. But first, right off of the main floor here, right off the front door here, if you spin around for them, they're calling this a flex space. Dad's vote is that you turn this into like a formal seating area, formal room, table, lamps, that kind of thing. I'm using this as an office. I think this would be a great office because it's right here in the front of the house. You can see at the front door. So tons of space. So this is a very generous sized office, flex space, whatever you'd like to call it. And then right next to it, of course, this is going to be where your formal dining room is. Right here in the front, pre-wired for chandelier, ceiling fan, whatever you'd like to put in here. This is a big light room. There's no switches for standing lamps or anything like that. Now, again, right in the front of the house, staying true to every other floor plan we've seen, powder bath right in the front. And again, you guys, these are quick move-ins. They're not quite done. That's how early of a sneak peek we're getting. So you may see some small things here or there. It'll all be finished before you guys close on it. Now, let's stay on the main floor here for a second. I love the staircase, how you can see it. And it does wrap around. It's not just straight up, right? You've got some bends and some twists to it. And the basement staircase is right here. It's a neat layout, the way they've done it. I love that. Again, like I said in the last house, 2-story family room here. I am a sucker for this. I love this. Again, coming to the kitchen, everything that we've loved about the kitchen so far that we have discussed, the tile backsplash, the quartz countertops, dual ovens, gas cooktop, standalone range, an island the size of a small country. I mean, it's huge. Fridge with space to put a coffee nook on this side. You're not gonna run out of countertop space, I don't think. Don't hold me to that, I don't know. Never mind, probably shouldn't say it. But I would not run out of countertop space in here. Decent sized pantry, again, it's in the corner, so you've got good space here. Pretty big, you can get lost in here. Definitely, I would call this a Costco sized pantry for sure. You can buy whatever big things from Costco you want. More of an eating nook. Right here, breakfast nook, right off the kitchen. Forgive the broken window. It is a construction zone, but that's nice. They're using good dual pane glass on it. That's on the outside. Construction site, shit happens. And then here's what I'm liking about this house so far, besides everything we've talked about. You've got 2 suites in this house. You've got one back here. Decent sized room, definitely. I mean, everything we've looked at so far is king bed size with its own bathroom. Oh, lights aren't in yet.
A little dark.
A little dark, but its own bathroom, and there's a closet right here that we can't show you. It's too dark on this side. So that's the main floor though. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. It's a very unique floor plan. This is unlike anything else. That just leads you to the garage on the right and that dining room that we looked at. So direct connection there to the dining room. This particular house is built with a 3-car garage, which you'll have access to right off the kitchen here in the back. But let's go upstairs now. This is probably one of the biggest lofts we've looked at, and I don't say that lightly. So far, these houses are really good sized houses. I think this is the biggest loft of anything we've looked at, like I just said. I mean, this is the size of another family room. Dining room, family room, room for your TV, room for tons of furniture. I mean, look at this. We could play catch. Did you bring your baseball glove and the ball today? You forgot it. Rookie move. Again, dual systems, great, independent. So you said keep going this way? Okay, what is this? Linen closet. Are these Jack and Jill's? Yes, they are. Again, we're staying on brand here with the generous size secondary bedrooms. Big fan of this. Good size closet. I love this style quartz. It's a very interesting design on the quartz. In a moment of brutal honesty, I would have done gold hardware in here. Dad just gave me a dirty look from behind the camera, but
A little outdated, isn't it?
a little outdated. No, it's not outdated if you do it right. If you buy that 90s like gold, sure. If you do like the brushed brass, then it looks amazing. Or black. Black finishes would look good in there too. Yeah, these are really good sized bedrooms. All right. What is this? You said mechanicals again.
No, it's
Rookie.
linen.
No, he said mechanicals.
Linen.
Don't believe him. Don't believe him. Ooh, laundry room right off the primary. And the only thing better than this is the laundry room in the primary closet. But tile.
Is that LVP?
No, this is fine. It's just an interesting, yeah, it's just an interesting design there. Quartz everywhere, nice deep sink. Okay. And this is the primary suite. Wow. Oh man, and once the lake is in, from this specific home site, all you'll have behind you here will be backyards, and that right there is going to be the lake. You can see the recessed walking path. So of the trail system in the neighborhood, you're not gonna have people walking right by your backyard, looking right into it. It is recessed, but that's gonna be a view of the lake when it's done. We're here super early, like we've mentioned a couple times. Beautiful view. And again, wow. Massive, plenty of space. Ooh, oh, you weren't kidding. Is this, ooh, dual closets, his and her closets, right up front here. One side, this is pretty deep even. Yeah. I don't know how well you can tell the size with me standing here, but in person, this is a very nice size closet. And then another one over here with some built-ins. Oh, could have put built-ins, but good size, yeah. I'm digging this. Okay, so this is the 5-piece. Oh, buddy. Ooh. No lights in yet. We've got some lights up here. Dual vanities. And we forgot to point out in some of these other houses. Oh, soft close, love that. Again, massive tub and an even bigger shower. Look at this thing. They're doing a good job. I'm liking the high end. I've seen this style shower. The only place I've seen it was at Anthem in Broomfield when we had those clients in from Santa Monica. Good size closet. Good size closet. Sorry, the term in the industry is water closet. This is a toilet room. You got space to close the door here. Huh, nice. Linen closet. I like to point out as many closets as I can, just as like a little dig at Dad, because the house we had growing up has no closets in it.
Not entirely true.
Run that by me one more time.
Not entirely true. It was just lacking closet space.
It's got no closets. This is a good sized house, and you know, we don't have to go look at the basement. It's an unfinished basement. A basement's a basement until you finish it. This house, this floor plan, this lot, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I'd write the contract on this house for myself if we hadn't just closed on our new house.
Do you know the asking price on this property?
Don't know the asking price on this one. They didn't give us a quick move-in list. They gave us a map of where they're at. Now, base price on this guy, depending on the front, this one has 3 different front ends. The traditional, the farmhouse on the prairie. For the traditional, we're at $1,032,000. Farmhouse, $1,035,000. Prairie, $1,036,000 and change. But 3,600 square feet. You know what $1 million gets you in Denver? 1,000 square feet, if you're lucky. I mean, from here, we're 20 minutes away from Fort Collins. So a very easy commute, plus with how much work from home has become common these days, you have the office space. You're super close to what I would call a big city, as far as Colorado goes. These aren't massive cities, but by Colorado standards, Fort Collins is a big city. You're close enough to go and enjoy all that Fort Collins has. But this is some serious bang for your buck when it comes to luxury homes.
So some of the things I like about this house, and like Mitch was saying, there's a property we were looking at in Denver that was just over 900 square feet, $1.1 million. So for that money, you can get 900 square feet in Denver, give or take, or you can get this. I mean, for my dollars, this property goes way further in the square footage, and plus having a brand new property where you'll have minimal breakage the first few years. I mean, no property is perfect. Another thing I really like about this house is the suite that they have behind the kitchen, because for me, because I'm the old guy, I see that as a potential in-law suite. You know, so like if my son bought this house, I could move in and I could live back there. But it does provide you some options as either an office, do like what I suggested with a formal sitting area or reading area up front, put your office in the back where it's secluded, it has its own bathroom, it's right off the kitchen. I do like that kind of format. The upstairs is, you know, it's pretty standard, the 2 extra bedrooms. The master though, that bathroom I really like, as well as this separate informal dining room right here. Now, we do apologize. Some of these houses we've been going through, the lighting has been pretty bad, and we recognize that, but these houses are in various states of completion, so please bear with us on that. But overall, I really like this property. This central staircase. Central staircases in homes is a thing that we haven't seen in Colorado for a very long time. Central staircases in homes used to be the norm, really. Central hallway, bedrooms off both sides. It provides a completely different feel to the property.